Everybody, welcome to the URL Harry Poppins Race Channel. Welcome to a lovely sunny afternoon in Trial Mountain. We are with the Saturday Manufacturers Cup lads, sponsored by Prop Up and Co. I'm taking over the commentary from my co-commentator Rufus for the remaining season. So yeah, you're now stuck with me until the end of the manufacturers season. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. I hope I live up to all expectations, especially for myself. And before I get the race started, I'm just going to go down the grid because I need to familiarise myself with some of the drivers here. So I have seen some of the names. So we do have some big hitters in this Manufacturers Cup. So as you can see, we are at Trial Mountain. I'm just going to spin around and we're going to have a look at the grid. So on pole position, we have got Grasshopper. Grasshopper, I know him quite well. He's famous for his very green livery. It's quite chromy enough. I do feel like I'm going to need to get some sunglasses on, especially today, with it being sunny, because he's going to blind me. So yeah, I do believe I'm going to have to wear some glasses here. He's sporting the 008 race number for today. In second spot, we have Matty. He's driver number 134. I can't. Is it pronounced that? Is it Sella Hancock? Um, yeah. So he's second on the spot. I have heard of Matty as well. He's a Newcastle United fan. Look at this. Newcastle United. Great livery on that as well. In third spot we have Sai. Sai is the number, if I can find it. No, I can't. So Sai doesn't actually have a number on here. He's the Need for Speed Dubby Man. So if I got this right, that's actually pretty cracking as well. I reckon all these liveries are going to be really good. So I can't remember. Is that a number? No, it's not. I'm going to stop looking for this number. Maybe he'll give it to me after the race. So the top three guys, they're all in the Citroen. So that's the Vision car. Maybe they knew something everybody else didn't. So three of them cars. In fourth spot, we've got Bree, the Ryobi, driver number 16, in the right, like I said, the Ryobi livery. This is the Genesis. Never actually driven this one before myself. Again, cracking livery. In fifth spot is the Jag, driver number 769, sporting the Welsh national flag. The Welsh Meister Osman. Do you reckon he's Welsh? Well, if he isn't, he's got the wrong flag on there. But I reckon he's Welsh. Very, very driven. Very, very nice. Like I said, I just want to have a look down through the grid so that I can have a look at who's here and who's not. So, sixth on the grid, we've got Enzo Jack. He's the number 28 driver. This is the SMP Racing livery. If I can remember, it's AF Corsa, so it's GT3. It's a very popular livery, this is. So yeah, so like I say, Enzo Jex is sixth on the grid. Now in seventh spot we have Silly Shot. Silly Shot is in the SLS AMG two-door coupe. Look how long that bonnet is. He is sporting the West livery, chrome and bit of black. And I can imagine that with it being the chrome, it's gonna blind me also. So I'm definitely going to be wearing my sunglasses with that. So he's driver number 850. So that's City Shot in seventh. Now if we go back into eighth spot, so this is another chromed, very green, angry-looking BMW M4. Have I got it right? Yes, I have. I've got it right. So this young man here is sporting the number 7 driver number is URL Unforgiven. Now he is the CEO of URL, the main man. He organises every single weekend. He's got a few guys that helps him out. So very, very appreciative. Everybody takes their hat off to this man. And he is, yeah, 8th on the grid. So excited to see what he can come up with. So in 9th spot, we have Panic at the Tesco's. sporting the Tesco livery. He is driver number 60, Boost CS. Let's have a look on the roof here. Tesco Valley and the club card. Maybe I need to have a chat with him. So Tesco Valley isn't actually around anymore, so I might want to update that. But nevertheless, lovely looking livery on that car. Absolutely lovely. Maybe if they weren't so expensive, I wouldn't be shopping at Audi. In 10th spot, we have what we have here, which we have Hoggy. He is in the Alpha. I'm pretty sure it's on the back somewhere here. I think this is the 144. I might be wrong, but he's driver number 79, Alpha Tauri livery. Actually, that does look pretty sexy, doesn't it? Very good car as well with a sexy livery. So as I said, that's Hoggy, who's down in 10th spot. Back in 11th, we have another BMW M4 driver, and he is sponsoring the Coca-Cola, driver number 65, and that's Pete. So he's down in 11th. You're not really going to miss that car, is it? Coke, is it? It is. I'm more of a Pepsi man myself, Pete, so yeah. Pepsi Max Cherry, that's what I like. I do like that car, though. I love the detail on the back as well. That is so cool. And bringing up the rear. Quite far back at the rear, but we will get to him eventually. Is driver number 68. So this is Phaser in the Wacos livery. Lexus. Oh, thank God for that, because I nearly forgot what the car was called. The Lexus RCF. Look at them exhausts. If anyone's ever actually had a look at these Lexus RCFs, you'll know that this side are real and these side are fake. But I'm not going to get into that anyway. And here we go. As I said about the Pop Up & Co. is the lovely sponsor on the back. So that's the guys. I've had a look at them. And I'm going to come out of here. Let's come out of here. And what should we do? I reckon we might go... We'll go on board like this. So we'll go back midway down the grid. So what have we got here? 12, 6. That Enjo Jack, he gets to start us off here. So... Shall we get the show on the road? Let's go. It is a rolling start, obviously, so I can't do me go, go, go. Or maybe I can, actually. I don't think the lights are going to flash. No, and we're off. I can't say it's lights out and away we go, because there was no lights for me to see on this occasion, because I was so far down the grid. So like I say, we're going to stick with Enzo. He's in 6th spot, so he's kind of like in the middle of everybody. So we'll be able to see anything that goes wrong up front and up behind. But like I say before, I do have a hairy cam. So I've got one eye on the map and I've got one eye on the drivers. So a little bit about this track, Trial Mountain. 13 laps, so these boys are doing 13 laps. 16 turns, at least that's what I've counted on here anyway. So everything seems to be going quite well. And into the tunnel we go. Very dark in here, isn't it? Very, very dark. So like I say, there's 16 turns. So as we come down the back straight, long straight, Enzo seems to have slipped off the back of Osman just a little bit. He's got a silly shot coming up behind him. Is he going to go for a move? Probably not. If anything's going to happen down here, somebody's probably going to outbrake themselves and slam right into the side of the car. But so far, so good. We're not far from the start. I know we're going to stay with Enzo, but we will then go back through the grid once this lap is done. Pretty good there, pretty good. No issues at the moment. There's my thing gone. Yeah, I always lose things, I do. So we're coming up to the second to last corner. This one can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Break each other. Some have different braking points, some to others. So it can always be like a bumper run around that corner. Okay, so now we are coming to the end of lap 1. So now let's go down through the grid. So in first on the softs. Maybe you do have the softs, don't we? Yeah, so Matty's in first, he's in the Citroen. Are they all on softs? Just quickly go back. Oh no, we do have some different people, so there are some tyre strategies here. 13 laps. So Matty Older, he's holding a 14.30 in the Citroen. In second spot, Grasshopper, who started on pole, he's now dropped back to second in the second Citroen. And Sai, he is in third spot in the third. So it's 1, 2, 3 for the Citroens here. And that's pretty good. I'm enjoying that. In fourth spot we've got Bree in the Genesis. And in fifth spot we've got Osman. And now we're coming back down the back straight again through the tunnel. In sixth we've got Enzo, followed closely by Silly Shot. Now we're going to follow this. We're going to see now is Silly Shot. He's come out of the slipstream here. So it's almost like one of those things. You're gaining with somebody behind them, and then as soon as you come out, it almost stalls. So I honestly thought he might have had a go there, but he's thought better of it, and he's had a little he's backed out on this. So that's fine. That's fine. You got to bear with me. It's my first time doing the Saturday one, so I'll try and get it as good as I can for you guys. So back to the racing. So Shilly Shot, as I said, he's in 7th spot. We've got Panicking at Tesco's. He's on his own a little bit in 8th spot. Then we go back to Peter. We've got Alex, URL Unforgiven. I won't name his name. URL Unforgiven. I've got to think of a name for it. Unfor7. Now he did start in 8th, so he's dropped back to 10th. So if I've missed that, I do apologise. In 11th we've got Hoggy challenging Alex. Oh my god, I've said his name again. He's probably going to string me up by the neck. I must remember, his name is URL Unforgiven. So we're coming up to the first corner and Hoggy has taken Forgiven. Unforgiven. Oh blimey, I really am getting this wrong, aren't I? Forgiven, Unforgiven. That's a great overtake there from Hoggy. But he's not having any of it, is he? He's coming up the inside. Pardon me. And he's taking that 10th spot back. He's saying to Hoggy, if you want it, son, you're going to have to work for it. I'm the man. I'm the main man. But Hoggy's not giving up, is he? These guys are side by side. Who's going to have the bigger gonads? Who wants it more? Alex is on the inside now. I'm just going to call him Alex. I keep calling him Alex. And now we come down through the tunnel. I know these guys are at the back. We're going to be watch this. They're side by side. It's a drag race. I did think Unforgiven was going to sit back behind Hoggy to see whether he can get the slipstream. Where's Phaser gone? Phaser's dropped off back there. This is some hard racing from these guys. It's always fun. I do the commentary for the AM2 on the Sunday leagues, and they literally door bash to door bash. So I'm unlucky for Phaser. I didn't quite catch what's happened to him, but he has dropped off the back a little bit. Hopefully he can catch up. He's still got another 10 laps to go. So back up the top, we've got Matty still holding the fort in first place, followed very closely behind by Grasshopper. Osman has moved. He's moved up into first spot, so he's overtaken Sai, who's in the other sister Citroen, and I've actually missed that one. In fifth spot, we've got Silly Shot. Enzo Jack is in sixth, followed by Bree the mechanic. I wonder if it's Bree the Cheese. I'll ask him as well. Bree? I think he needs to have an E next to it to be Bree Cheese. It's great looking at these guys, absolutely flat out on the grass. Lovely car control. Followed very closely by Panic. So Panic is putting a little bit of pressure on Bree here. To me, it looks like Panic is eyeing him up. He's going to be eyeing him up down the back straight. Let's go on board for Panic here. As we go round this turn here. So this is the first of the tunnels. Come out, you hang out wide to the right, and you've got to clip that apex dirt bit as much as you can, and then sliding out to the right. Now, to me, it looked like Bree kind of like hitting the wall there, and that can happen. So Panic, he's going for the overtake. He's at the slipstream. now a drag race down to the next turning. Like I said, I'm not very good with corner names. I don't think this is a real track, so it's not going to have any corner names. This is great racing from these guys. It gets me so excited watching these. I love it. So what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to go back up to the top here, and we're going to have a look at the tyres, okay? Whilst watching Grasshopper give Matty some real questions to ask. Can he keep him behind him? So Matty, he's on the softs. Grasshopper, he is also on the softs. Sai is on the softs. Silly Shot's on the softs. Osman is on the softs. Enzo's on the softs. Hanit, he's on the mediums. Bree's on the mediums. Unforgiven, he's on the softs. FaZe is on the mediums. Hoggy's on the softs. And Peter's on the softs. So we're going to go back up to the top and have a look at these two guys battling it out. Who wants it more? The Grasshopper or the Auger? They do seem to have pulled a gap out on the rest of the pack. So this looks like it's going to be a two-horse race at the moment, barring anything that does go wrong, which we hope not. No commentators curse here. I hope not. But it looks like these two guys are going to be battling it out all the way to the checkered flag. You can see the gap. Now, as I come back here, I've noticed that Sai seems to have gone past Osman. I don't know whether Osman's had a bit of an issue. So Sai's now back up to third in the sister Citroen. Ozzy's where he was before in fourth, but he's coming under attack from Silly Shot and Enzo. So we're going to watch these three guys now as we go down for the tunnel. This is where the slipstreaming happens. It's almost like a triangle effect. So Enzo, he's going to sit behind Silly because he knows he's going to get the slipstream. Osman's trying to push Silly over. He's just like, give me some room. And look at this. This is really side by side. Who's going to have the bigger balls? But Enzo's got the lead on them. So Enzo comes into the corner first out of these three. So Osman's now dropped back to fifth. Silly Shot and Osman are still going at it. Silly Shot saying, no, I'm not finished, mate. We're going to do this right to the end of the lap. I can see that Silly Shot's tyres do seem to be a bit wearing on the front right. Maybe it's my fault I haven't bothered to look at the settings. I'm not sure whether they have pit stops on this race. Maybe they do. So Osman's into the pits. That's me. Failed to prepare, prepare to fail. I do apologise for that. So as we can see, Osman's coming to the pits. Unforgiven's coming to the pits, so they're going to get rid of them softs. Let's go back up to the top. Let's have a look. Now I've missed this. I'm going to go back and have a look at this. How far back did we go? Where is it? I will go forward again. Where'd you gone? You can't miss this. These are the two guys fighting. So Grasshopper, he's got the slipstream on Matty. So he's moved out to the inside, so he's going to cover that inside line. So that's going to make it really tricky for Matty to try and hold on to that lead. But I think Grasshopper's got it. There's not really a lot Matty can do here. This is exceptional driving from Grasshopper. Look at that car. Look at it. It's one of these vision cars, so it's like a future car. I don't actually know whether they've actually made one of these to drive on the road. I don't think so. So Grasshopper's now taking the lead in race one, and we've got Matty's now dropped back down to second. As we saw before, Sai's in third, and then we've got Enzo, Jack, Osman, and Silly Shot. And as we're going to see here, this is the lap where Osman's going to come into the pits. There we go. Osman's going to duck off. Silly Shot's going to take over. Panic's going to pass. Bree, he's going to come over. Alex seems to be a bit on his own at the moment, so he's now coming to the pits. Is Hoggy going to come into the pits? No, Hoggy's carrying on. The tyre wear on these are like incredibly different. If you look at the BMW tyre wear as opposed to the Alpha, I do believe that the Alpha is a four-wheel drive, so the tyre wear is more equal than it would be. Or it could just be the brake balance. Some have it further forward, some have it further to the rear. So, lap 6 out of 13, we are back up to the top. Grasshopper is maintaining his lead over Matty, and Grasshopper at the moment is holding the fastest lap time of a 2:00.7. Matty's not letting him get away, is he? As I said already, these two guys are going to be going at it, hammer and tong, until the end of the race. We're going to go back to third spot. Size, he's kind of disconnected from the guys at the front. He's disconnected from the guys behind him at the moment. And then we've got Enzo, Jack and Silly Shot in fourth and fifth. Now these two are going at it now. It's their turn down the tunnel, down on the back straight. So again, it's another drag race. So Panic's just behind him in sixth, so he's having a look. He's probably licking his lips thinking, I hope you two stuff it at the corner. That'll just make my day, then I can get that spot back. But to me it looks like Silly Shot, he's got it. He's got that inside line. Unless Enzo! Oh, I thought he was going to do it. Is he going to do it? He did the old switch back there. And they're still kind of almost side by side. No, I think he's backed out now. I think he's backed out from doing that. But what's happened here? That's let Silly that's let Panic in. So Panic's now got a boot full view full of Enzo Jack. And back in seventh we've got Bree in the Genesis. So with all these three up front squabbling away, Bree's going to be catching. Enzo, okay. So they're all coming in. So Silly Shot's come in, Enzo's come in, Bree the Mechanic's come in. We've got Hoggy now coming down to the last two corners. He's going to continue on in the Alpha. Peter, or Pete, whichever way you want to pronounce it, he's now coming to the pits. Osman's done his pit stop, so he's back out on the mediums. I'd expect him to stay out now until the end of the race. Unforgiven, he's now come back out. He's also on the mediums. And as again, like I say, I expect him to stay out to the end of the race. Now, up on the top, Grasshopper. Quite a gap back to side, but I can see on the left-hand screen that Matty has pitted. So maybe he's going for the undercut here. The tyre wear does seem to be getting quite bad. It can't be that comfortable for Grasshopper, but who knows? Maybe he does like them. Maybe he does like them worn out. I mean, it's not for me to say when he comes in. It really isn't. He can stay out as long as he likes. He might stay out until he runs out of fuel. Or he might be checking on his lap times and thinking, you know what, as soon as I start losing a few tenths here and there, then I'll come in. The last few laps he's done is a 201, 201, 20, 20. So it's pretty consistent. Back we are with Sai. So Sai's pretty much out on his own here. Nobody really be bothering from behind, and he's not going to be bothering Grasshopper. Panic at Tesco, he's now moved up to third, but I do believe he has not pitted yet. Well, he hasn't pitted, look at his tyres. But he's in third, all on his own again. In fourth spot we've got Hoggy. Hoggy seems to have the best tyre wear out of everybody. So maybe he knows something everybody else doesn't. Exactly, especially regarding with the Alpha. I mean, it is four-wheel drive. I know I keep saying it's four-wheel drive, but it is four-wheel drive. As you can see up on the top here, now Grasshopper, he's coming to the pits. Now, I want to keep an eye on Matty. So Matty's coming around the last few turns here. So will Matty get out? Will he get out in time? Will the undercut work? So, what did I say? So I'm going to say this is turn 14, no, turn 15. Matty's coming round turn 15 now. He's going to come round to turn 16. So has he pulled off a masterclass? Because it doesn't look like the fuel's even going in Grasshoppers. So is Grasshopper going to come out? Or is Matty going to take him? Grasshopper's coming out. Here we go. Is he going to be side by side? Grasshopper looks like he's out just ahead. So let's have a look up here, up the top. So we know that Sai's not pitted, Panic's not pitted, and Hoggy's not pitted. So Grasshopper at the moment, he is in net first place because he knows that the guys at the top, they've all got a pit. But yeah, this is pretty good. Now Panic, he's on the medium, so he will go onto the softs, where Sai and Hoggy, they will both go onto the mediums. So as I've already said, Grasshopper, he's in net first. You've got Matty close behind, so he's managed to get past Phaser, who's in sixth, he's yet to pit either. Seventh spot we've got Enzo, a little bit of a gap, a little bit of breathing space between Osman, but I don't think that's going to be for very long. I think Osman's going to catch him. Behind breathing behind, and need to get it worded right, you know. Sometimes you can have a little bit of a humble jumbo. We've got to get really for the names. So we have Silly Shot. I'm going to call him nickname now. Silly. Silly's making a move on Bree. So Silly's moved out to left hand side, and we are coming down to whatever this turning is. I don't know, turn 9, 8. Who cares? I just like watching these guys race. So Silly's made that move stick, so he now moves up into 9th, and he's got Osmond in view. Bree's back to 10th. Unforgiven is kind of like all alone on his own. Might start playing the violin. All by myself. Must be pretty lonely for him. Hopefully he has a better race too. And Peter, he's also on his own. If he did have an off, I have missed it, so I do apologise for that. Hopefully he has a good race in race 2 as well. So, here we are, back up the top with the man. He's in the number 1 spot at the moment, but he's not a net number 1 because Sai, he's yet to pit. If I can remember, it might be you have to do a minimum of 2 or 3 laps, so I'd expect him to come in pretty soon. In 2nd spot, we have Hoggy. 3rd spot, we have Grasshopper, followed very closely behind by Matty. These two are going to be stuck with each other throughout the whole race by the looks of it. There's only about another 4 laps to go, or 3.5 laps to go. So yes, I can't wait to for the end of the race to see these two guys. Who's going to cross the line in first? In 5th spot, yeah, we've got Phaser. Behind him, we've got Enzo, Jack, Osman, and Silly Shot. These guys have been pretty much bumper to bumper for the whole race as well. And then we've got Panic. So Panic's been in, he's now out on the soft, so he's a man. These guys up in front, they're on the mediums. So Panic is the man to watch here. In terms of these 4 guys, he's definitely a man on the move. Especially he's going to have way more grip than the other guys. In 10th spot we've got Bree. He's kind of like a little bit on his own. And we know Alex, or Unforgiven. He's probably going to tell me off because I keep using his name. Yeah, probably. Who knows? And then obviously back in 12th we've got Peter, who's having a very, very lonely race. So Sai's coming to the pits. Hoggy, I expected him to come into the pits now. So our net leader, because Sai has literally just come into the pits now, so our net leader is going to be Grasshopper. So he's going to come across the start-finish line. He's going to take up that number 1 spot. But will he be able to cross the line at the end? Matty might have other ideas. He might be thinking, mate, Grasshopper, if you want this number 1, if you want to win this race, I'm going to make you work for it, pal, because I want it just as much as you. And look at this, they're side by side. Now, I've seen some guys go side by side through here, normally ends up in tears. You just got to take your hat off to these guys. The sheer, what's the right word for it? Professionalism, craftsman, all of that mumbo jumbo. This is what you want to see. They must be sweating buckets in that car. Haven't been able to breathe. Haven't been able to take a breather. Maybe in the pits, that's about it. But they're probably still looking at the leaderboard thinking, am I going to get out in time? I don't think so. And now we're down by the back straight here. So if Matty takes that inside curb, good enough, he'll get the slipstream in on Grasshopper. Oh, pardon me. I just had a hiccup there. I just had to cleanse the palate there, people. So Matty's now going for a move. He's thought better of it, so he's thinking, no, maybe not on this turn here. Maybe I can dummy Grasshopper into thinking I'm going to try and go up the inside, send Grasshopper wide, keep him off his line. But Grasshopper is a wily old fox, he is. He's been around a long time. He's a very, very good driver. And the little shenanigans from Matty, that's not going to put Grasshopper off. No, you're going to have to try harder than that, Matty. But he's not giving up though, is he? Let me go back and have a look through the guys while this. I really want to. I can't leave these 2 guys. They are literally not giving each other an inch. Now Matty's in first, so Matty's taken it. So turn 16. Grasshopper, he will have to slipstream if he gets a good exit. got a really like funny thing in my mouth with my throat. I've got to get it out. Pardon me. Do apologise. Doesn't to me look like Grasshopper got a very good exit off that, but I know he's going to catch up with him. He's that good, along with Matty as well. Right, let's go back down for the grid because we're on lap 11 out of 13. Si's all on his own. He's not going to trouble the guys up front. That's now a matter between them two who's going to finish first and second. Si's in third. Osman, he's pulled out a gap on Enzo, so he's got a bit of breathing space back to Enzo Jack. So Enzo Jack, silly shot, panic. Now this is kind of like another race going on. So you got Matty and Grasshopper up front from lap 1 battling it out all the way, and now you've got Panic, Enzo and Silly Shot. They're not giving an inch, are they? They're going to be like this to the end of the lap, to the end of the race as well. This is fantastic. I love it. Right, let's leave these boys for a little quick. Let's go back here. So Panic's in 7. Is he going to get the slipstreaming done? Is he going to try it? No, Enzo's going on the defensive. Enzo's got his headlights on. What's happening here? Whoa. Okay. Might be some sort of technical issue with Enzo Jack here. If he's got his hazard lights on, that'd be a real crying shame. Oh, it looks like it. Yeah, I think he has. I think Enzo's he's got a technical glitch. Hopefully he can get that sorted. This Bree, Cheese Bree, he's catching him pretty rapidly. Yeah, so there's got to be something wrong. Definitely something wrong with that car. That's really unfortunate for Enzo here. Unforgiven, still on his own, but if he's got a problem with his car, he will be catching him up pretty quick. Hoggy's back in 10th spot. He's in 11th. Fraser's in 12th. So, back up to the top. The same two guys we've been watching from start. Matty seems to have pulled out a bit of a gap on Enzo here. Grasshopper, he does still hold the fastest lap. So Matty, he's got a bit of breathing space now, so he hasn't got a mirror full of aluminium green Grasshopper. So he'll be able to take a little bit of a breather, maybe concentrate on the track himself, and yeah, who knows, he might make a mistake. But we'll come back to these two guys. As we've seen already, he's pretty much out on his own, so he's just taking in the scenery. Osman's in 4th, still, Silly Shot, he's in 5th, and Panic's in 6th. So what was a 4-way battle for 4th spot has now become 3. So 4 has become 3. That is a real shame because these guys were battling it out all the way. Bree, now he's now moved up to 7 because Enzo had a technical issue, but Enzo, he seems to have got over those now. So he's now back on it, chasing Bree down for that 7th spot. Unforgiven, I think it's probably a little bit too late for him to maybe catch up with Enzo. So it looks like it's going to be a lonely race and a lonely finish. Back in 10th, same again for Hoggy. He's on his own, not anything really to do, just taking the scenery. 11th we've got Peter, and in 12th we've got Phaser. So we're coming up to turn 15. I might be wrong, it might be another number, but I think I counted them now. Turn 15, and this is turn 16. So this is turn 16 onto the start-finish line. So Matty, he is about to cross the line to start the last lap. Now this is where it gets tense for Matty, because you got to keep your composure. You've got to concentrate because you know it's the last race. You know Grasshopper's not far behind you. He very rarely makes any mistakes, nor does Matty either. But he will have that on his mind. He will. He's just got to keep it on track and finish strong. Sai, as we've seen already, he's on his own, so I'd expect him to finish 3rd. Osman now is coming under immense attack from Silly Shot and Panic. So this is going to be another one we're going to have to watch as well. I really want to I'll keep an eye on the guys at the front, Matty and Grasshopper, but just before they finish the line, I'll go back to these. This is where the race is at the moment, fellas. This is where the race is at the moment. These three. Who wants 4th spot? no holds barred. They're not going to give an inch. They're going to battle this out right to the last minute. Who wants fourth spot the most? Well, Panic has dropped off a little bit, so the only person who's with a real shot is Silly. So Silly's in the slipstream. So is he gonna go for an overtake down here? He's gonna go up the inside. Is he gonna brave it? I don't think bump drafting is allowed. So it's a case of who's gonna outbrake the other. Silly's thought better of it. I really don't want to leave these two guys here, but I know we've got the guys up at the front as well. So here we go. So the guys are turning up to turn 15. So Matty's coming around turn 15. Grasshopper's coming around turn 15. He's now going around turn 16. And Grasshopper, I do believe this is how it's going to finish. So congratulations to Matty Older, unless his engine blows up right now and seizes. So he's going to cross the line in first. So he's going to take that win. Congratulations for Matty. Grasshopper, he's going to come across in second. We're going to have Sai, who's had a bit of a lonely race for the last few laps, so he's going to come across. So that's your podium, guys. In fourth spot, we've got Osman. In fifth spot, to cross the line, we've got Silly Shot. I did miss that one, but sixth spot, we've got Panic. Next across the line in seventh after his technical glitch is Enzo. Next across the line, we've got Bree. He's crossed the line in eighth. Then we've got Unforgiven. He's going to cross in ninth. And then in 10th spot, we've got Hoggy. Pete, he's going to finish, he's going to cross the line in 11th. He's got a half-second penalty, so that's going to add 1 second to his time. But I think he's far enough ahead of Phaser, who's going to finish the race off in 12th. Well, what can I say? It's Trial Mountain. It's a very technical track. It was very, very busy. It was very, very enjoyable to watch every single one of these guys. As I said, there's some big hitters on this Saturday manufacturers one. But no, it's been absolutely fantastic. We do have race 2 coming up. So I will have a look at that. See, because there probably will be some strategies going on there. But I'd just like to say thank you for watching the URL Harry Poppins Race Channel, and thank you for being here and watching these guys. And fantastic views, aren't they? And all the crowd they've come out to see them. They absolutely love the URL guys racing around all these circuits. So once again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys at the next race. So thank you very much. Goodbye.